Ole bole, ole bole, ole bole, ole bole. Why am I singing the harmony part to Wooly Billy? I don't know. It was just in my head. I just thought I'd be goofy and open up the video to that song. But I wanted to comment on, somebody made a comment in the section, and I was just like, I left them a short reply, and I just was like, you know what, I want to make a video on this because it's going to be a bigger response, or a longer response, I think, that people can benefit from. And the person was talking about like how he's trying to show a lot of people information, and, you know, they're still just willfully ignorant, willfully asleep, willfully wanting to be in fear. Because, and, you know, and I agree with the person, I'm not like, you know, disagreeing, because there, you know, there's so much information now that it's, you know, for people to stay ignorant, it's really by choice. But I will say, having the circle of friends that I have and the knowledge that I have, I do have the luxury of knowing certain things that are not produced in the mainstream media. And if you're one of these people that's very mainstream, even if you want to look for stuff and you don't have anybody to ask these questions to, or ask questions, you know, then it's kind of hard to know where to begin, where to start. So, you know, my friends and I have been talking about, we've been trying to, you know, just get information out to people. Like, I post stuff on my wall like crazy, and my friends, you know, some friends are taking it and other friends are like staying asleep. You know, if you're just putting the information out there and people know where you stand, your friends know where you stand, that's all you really can do, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, you know, this is what I'm trying to say. Don't waste your energy. Like, think of your energy like money, right? You don't want to spend your money on frivolous things, just like you don't want to spend your energy on frivolous things. There's even, you know, the whole, like, spending time, spending money, spending energy, right? Spending it, like, it's all related, right? So you don't want to, like, oh, the Rona got me. No, I'm just kidding. You don't want to waste or spend energy on people that aren't willing to hear. I've just gotten to the point in my life where I've had to kind of, you know, this might sound fucked up, but I've also had to admit that there is going to be, I think, some kind of a culling, because they're just people that are very, you know, stubborn, whether it's their ego, you know, whether they're cowards and they're just afraid, you know, whether they don't want to take responsibility. Because once you realize you've been lied to about stuff, then what? Then you're going to have to, you know, you kind of have the burden of telling other people, because you know that you need, the more people that are awake, then the more chance that you have of surviving. And plus, you just need to tell people, because it's fucked up what's happening, and you don't want people to be lied to and manipulated. You don't want to be chipped and get mandatory vaccines. Like, that's not going to be good for anybody, whether they're woke or not. It's bad for everybody. So I would like to say that, you know, the guy that's frustrated, the people that's frustrated, he's not the only one. That's why I made this video. I know lots of people are frustrated. Some people are hopeful. You know, I've gotten other people that are just like, oh my God, this thing, you know, it's terrible. But a lot of people are starting to see through the bullshit and asking questions now and waking up. And people that, you know, I've heard people talk about people they never thought would be awake to this stuff, or like asking like questions and be like, oh my God, and this is crazy, and blah, 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 blah. And then other people are just, they're like, oh, I don't want to know, you know. But I think this is what's also going to happen. There is going to be some sort of a culling, because some people are so stubborn that they're going to have to get in line for that damn, you know, bullshit ass coronavirus vaccine, and then get hurt or see somebody they love die or die themselves, to understand like how bad it is. That, I mean, that's just, no matter what you tell people, you know, you have to experience stuff for themselves. And I've become more open as I've become older, but, you know, I've learned a lot of my lessons the hard way. People have tried to tell me stuff, and I've had to, you know, like, you know, follow my ass, follow my face to really understand stuff. So there are people that are just, you know, don't feel bad if it's devastating to them, because at the end of the day, you have to realize it's their choice. If you've done your part already by trying to tell them, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink. And if you already have told them and they're rejecting the information, at this point, dude, it's on them. And all you just walk away. You do your part. You take care of you, your family, your friends, your people that are woke that you know. You guys work together and see what you need to do to take care of you, for you to survive, for you to have a prosperous life, right? And then maybe those people might come back to you later, you know? Maybe they'd rather die than, you know, admit that they were wrong. But in the end, again, that's on them. But my friend and I were talking about how her dad was woke and would say, like, talk about a lot of the stuff that we're coming to realization today. And she was like, yeah, I used to think my dad was crazy, you know? And now, you know, when we did our podcast back in the day, she even brought her dad up in a podcast and was like, had to acknowledge, he was like, wow, you know, when I was younger, my dad would rant and talk about all this stuff and talk about the Clintons and stuff. I used to think he was crazy. And now I'm like, oh my God, he was right, you know? And I, you know, it's just kind of funny because I remember certain people telling me things too, and I was just kind of, I don't know, I had a wall up. And that's the frustrating thing about this. It's like there's a process that people have to go through. It's not just about giving them the facts, but people have to process, oh my God, I was lied to. Oh my God, you know, is this everywhere? Oh my God, have I been lied to about everything? Oh my God, like, what do I do? Oh my God, you know, so there's a mental like process, a paradigm shift. You know, I always compare it to the Kubler-Ross model of like dying and death, you know, like, you know, denial, bargaining, acceptance, anger. I know I said it out of order, but that stuff. People have to really go through that in order to make a transformation. The caterpillar has to go into the cocoon in order to become a butterfly. So if you're already butterflied, then, you know, the only thing you can do is just let people know. And I've even told people, you know, with my vaccines, or with, you know, how I hate vaccines, and all my friends and family know how I feel now. It's out, the cat's out the bag. When people have kids, they know they can come to me, and some do, you know, they have questions. But, you know, I've watched people vaccinate their kids, and it's very painful for me. Well, not as much as it used to be now. I guess I've just been like, you know what? As long as I told them, that's all I can do. And anything else happens, that's on them. And they know they can come to me if they want to. And a lot of people that are moderate, you know, it also has to do with, I think, with people's self-esteem. A lot of people are controlled because they're so afraid of what other people can think, which is sad. It's really sad to be an adult. You know, I can kind of understand if you're a kid or if you're a teenager, but if you're an adult and you're still a coward, but only because of that, like, I can understand if you're a coward maybe because, oh, I'm going to lose my job, I'm going to lose this, I'm going to lose my career. That's a little bit more understandable to me, to be scared of losing something like that. But if you're just afraid that your friends are going to think that you're weird and you're not going to be cool anymore, like, you're fucking, like, there's a whole lot about your life that you need to reevaluate, because not only with a lot of the stuff that's going on and the lies that we're being told, but you're probably also, you know, fake in a lot of other ways that really is making you unhappy inside, if that's your main concern. If you're really if you're living your life according to what other people think, that's some stuff that you have to work out. But a lot of the moderates really that are insecure and want to have acceptance, once more people start to wake up, they're just automatically gonna follow. Because so, like my friend, you know, her dad is like that, and she was saying that she's told him all this stuff, and he'll be like, oh, that's crazy. And then, like, you know, a week later, his friend told him the same thing, and he's like, oh my God, you're right. And she's like, oh, you know, like, I just told you that, the same thing, like a week ago. Eyes are itching. Mascara. Anyway, but, you know, there are just people that are like that. And I've also had to realize some of the closest people that, you know, you want to know this stuff, you know, it's devastating. First of all, when you find out about a lot of this stuff, who are the first people you're going to go to and tell? You're going to tell your friends and you're going to tell your family, because those are the people that you love the most and you don't want to see them hurt, right? And it's devastating when they exile you, when they throw you in the basement and lock away the key and they call you a crazy person. It's devastating, okay? I understand that. But a lot of those people too, if they do wake up, it's probably not good. You planted the seed by telling them, but they're going to have their transformation probably from an outside source, probably from something else. So the best thing that you can do is just plant your seeds, you know, tell who you need to tell, and then just like bounce, because, you know, that's all you can do. It's not worth your energy too. You have to, you know, you have to conserve your spirituality, your sources, your energy, your sanity, right? You can't help somebody that's hanging off the edge of a building if they won't give you their other hand, right? You're like, hey, they're like, hey, I'm falling, help me. And you're like, give me your other hand. And they're like, no, I don't want to. Well, you can't pull them up. They're gonna have to die, you know? Not literally, well, maybe literally in some cases, but that's all I'm saying. So I hope that makes you feel better. And, you know, I hope that maybe, you know, if you don't have anybody around you, because I know it gets lonely, you know, try and join some like groups if you're not in any, where you have like-minded people, because that's another thing too, that the elite, they want to make you feel like you're alone and you're crazy. All these people that are woke and they understand what's going on, that's their biggest weapon right now. They have the weapon of illusion, of trying to make you think that we're not as big or we're not as growing and you're crazy and you're stupid for even questioning authority. So I hope that helps. I hope I didn't go on too many tangents. I hope I kind of made sense right there. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. And I'll talk to you later. Peace and love, guys. Bye-bye.